What in the world is going on with the Super Mario Galaxy movie? The other day we posted a video showing all 80 plus characters that they confirmed already, and that's a lot of characters, from mainline characters to enemies, and we even snuck in a couple of maybes at the very end. Well, it looks like there's so many more characters coming to this movie, and Nintendo has no problem spoiling some of it because some of it is absolutely huge. A while ago, some people noticed in this scene that it looked like Fox was standing off to the side, and some people was like, no way. But the closer you look, it's pretty obvious. I mean, you can see a blaster on this character's hip. Well, it turns out that Fox McCloud is real. He's in the movie, which is so weird that they just randomly decided to drop him on Twitter instead of leaving this to be a surprise for fans. This actually kind of makes me upset because I'm like, man, this could have been such a massive reveal. But I mean, it's been spread so much online already in the last couple of hours. There's no way in the world that anyone was going to avoid this if they had any social media. Now, before we move on to the other juicy stuff, let's talk about his design. He's a lot more red in the movie, more like a red fox compared to his brownish red that he has in the games. But for the most part, he looks pretty similar. He's not really wearing a headset as much as just like a little earpiece that gives him a hollow sight, where in the games it's actually like attached to a headset that he's wearing with even a little mic on it. But he has his signature gloves, his green shirt and pants underneath, and his white jacket is all returning, even with the glowing blue around the neck. His red handkerchief is back, and even his yellow Triforce-like belt around his waist. And he even has his metal boots, which look pretty much the same. Now, there was a long-going fan theory that they weren't just boots, but they amputated their lower leg and replaced them with metal parts, simply because of the G-forces of the R-Wing, but I don't know if that ever became true or not. But speaking of the R-Wing, that's also in the background as well. So it seems like Fox has landed on some sort of planet, and there's a bunch of drones delivering packages or something, maybe even parts to fix his ship. But I believe I know where this is at and what's kind of happening here. Now, these characters could indeed have bigger roles, but I believe all of this is going to happen at the Gateway Galaxy. I feel like this is the area where we're going to see all these different cameos of characters and their respective ships maybe flying over and landing, and we might see a lot more than just Fox. In fact, besides Fox, we also got two other cameos that are characters that live outside of the Mario universe normally, and that is Rob and Pikmin. Rob seems to work the information desk at Gateway Galaxy. He's kind of like your guide as to where to go and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think he's going to have a bigger role than just being the front desk guy. Also, during the character drop reel that they posted, we had yellow, red, and blue Pikmin revealed. So yeah, why are they revealed in the Mario Galaxy movie? Are we going to see them somewhere? Maybe like a small little appearance in Gusty Garden. We see them running around in the background. Or maybe they're at the Gateway Galaxy as well, along with Olimar. I wouldn't be surprised now if Olimar and his ship also made it to the Gateway Galaxy. Like I said, it seems like this place is full of different aliens or different creatures in their ships. What if there was just like a scene where Olimar needed to patch up his SS Dolphin before going off and venturing further into space? And maybe they even have like ways they can tie each of these characters into their own stories. Maybe Fox is like, hey, I gotta go back to command because apparently there's some guy in space causing trouble, maybe referencing Andross, and that would tie into a Star Fox movie eventually. And then we see Olimar fly off in the background in one of the scenes and a meteorite strike his ship and he goes crash landing on a planet, maybe referencing, you know, a Pikmin movie coming eventually. Regardless, I'll be pretty disappointed if we don't have at least a small reference to Olimar and his SS Dolphin, or something to reference Hakatate as a planet or a civilization of people. That would be really cool, but knowing Nintendo, they'll probably just throw in a Louis cameo or something. Now, there's one more character that I've called since the very beginning, and that is Professor E. Gadd, because there's so many scenes that just looks like they absolutely do in fact reference E. Gadd's going to be in this movie in some capacity. You see all these rooms with green monitors and red screens and red chairs and machinery. The red and green color scheme can be seen in various different mechanical parts and factories all throughout the movie's trailer, so I had a very big hunch that Gadd was going to have some type of role in this movie. Well, Nintendo just posted this scene, or at least this screenshot, online, and it looks like a normal scene once again in that laboratory, but if you look in the background behind Kamek, there's a small little roller desk, and on the desk is a white mug with a blue logo. And take a closer look at that logo. Yeah, maybe I'm losing my mind, but tell me that doesn't look exactly like Gadd's logo. A big round head with a swirly piece of hair coming out the top. This is undoubtedly Gadd's logo. And shoot, that right there leads us to a Luigi's Mansion movie easily. Now, there are a couple questions on the table, like are there any other characters coming for the characters that we have seen? Are there going to be other characters in their respective franchise? Is this going to be a big part of the movie, or is this more just like a little cameo Easter egg? It's hard to tell. I mean, the fact that they made an entire poster for Fox McCloud makes me want to believe that they actually are going to have some sort of role in this movie. They as in the Star Fox crew? Could we also get reveals for Slippy, Peppy, and even Falco? That'd be pretty cool, and maybe just kind of reference the whole gang. They come in at the last second and help with their R-Wings and then fly off, because that's for their own movie to really be focused on, and they just like fly off into the background into their next mission to defeat Andross. Now, like I said, this would have been a truly special surprise to see in theaters, but of course Nintendo decided to spoil it. Why? I think that's the question that people aren't asking. There's a reason Nintendo gave him a special poster and gave him a highlight just, what, 6 days before the movie actually comes out? I have a theory that maybe Nintendo is really using these movies to push their IPs. There's no IP in the world right now that is in such a delicate state than Star Fox. Star Fox's last game was Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, and it was a while ago. So they desperately need to get Star Fox back in the limelight and get people talking about him again for this next game, if there even is going to be a next game. I really hope there is, and this could be maybe a small little, nod at a Star Fox game coming relatively soon, whether it be later on this year, sometime next year, or just sometime in the near future. Nintendo knows that millions and millions of fans and non-fans come to the theater to watch these movies. They know that this Mario Galaxy movie is going to be a hit, so it's time to throw out some of the big guns. The first movie was primarily focused on Mario, even though they had characters like Donkey Kong that's in the Mario universe, but not really part of the core Mario universe, if you know what I'm talking about. So now they're like, second movie, it's time to really just unload the big guns here. In the case of Rob, there's not going to be a Rob movie. I really feel like he's just a cameo here. But in the case of Pikmin, yeah, I do think they're trying to push something with Pikmin. If you notice, these are all IPs that Miyamoto has tried to push in the past, and it's just big creator, big owner of, that he's really trying to get, the casual gamer to try out. He's always been pushing Pikmin, from Pikmin Bloom to the mainline games, so it doesn't surprise me that Pikmin's showing up here. In fact, they're even in the brand new Mario Wonder Switch 2 Edition update. So yeah, I feel like they're really trying to push that Mario and the Pikmin are in the same universe, and maybe just have little cameos, but I would love something more than a cameo. I really hope Olimar has some type of appearance here. We just see the Pikmin run over to Olimar beside his SS Dolphin or something would be great. But is this also teasing maybe a new Pikmin project coming soon? I doubt it. I mean, we just got a Switch 2 edition of Pikmin 4, so I think it's going to be a little while until we see something from Pikmin again, but I think this is just a way for Miyamoto to get the word out. And if anything, I feel like we're just going to get a bunch of more shorts or something posted for Pikmin, which would be great as well. Now, also, the sky's the limit. Well, technically, space is the limit, where Nintendo can really go all out here. If they're willing to show Fox McCloud and show Pikmin and even show Rob, it tells me that maybe there is a lot of other characters that they just simply aren't showing us right now. So what other Nintendo properties could get teased here? I mean, I could see them teasing Kirby. Kirby has went to space in multiple different adventures and is not unfamiliar with space and time travel and star warp holes. Like, yeah, he's been through it all. So I would not be surprised if we maybe get a cameo of Kirby flying by on his warp star in the background. Something like that could be really cool. I could also see them showing like a pass-by planet where you can see some Animal Crossing characters just building some things down on the planet below. That would be pretty cool as well. I feel like that'd be the best way to tease Animal Crossing, is just them flying through a series of, like, it's a montage of random planets, and one of the planets they fly by is just one where, the villagers and all the animals live. That would be pretty cute and pretty cool to show. I don't know how an Animal Crossing movie would ever even really work. I feel like it'd be kind of boring, but, just a little cameo for them would be cool. Technically, Pit does go to space in some of the missions. There's like a space pirate ship in one mission, and he even goes and fights a whole alien race called the Arum in another mission. So, I mean, they could even tease maybe Pit drops down for help in one of the scenes. I mean, he is just pretty much a guardian angel that's there to protect the people and do what Palutena says. So maybe Palutena sends him in order to help or something. Maybe Bowser's going that crazy in this movie where he needs to intervene. Or maybe just seeing him fly around in the background or something, or maybe drop back and just watching everything from the background could be something that's pretty cool. But man, this is another IP that desperately desperately needs some juice back in its veins. It needs rejuvenated because Kid Icarus Uprising is so good, and just seeing anything from Pit and Palutena would be awesome. Now, as far as Fire Emblem and Xenoblade goes, I say no. I think Xenoblade is the closest they could do. Maybe they could do like a giant Bionis or something in one of the backgrounds in one of the galaxies, and a giant Mechonis looking at each other. Something like that could be a cool little Easter egg, but man, I would love a Xenoblade movie focusing on the first game. Oh, that would be so good. But no, I do not think they're going to touch on that right now. I mean, they are pretty niche franchises. Not super niche, but to the point where a lot of casual people coming in to watch the Mario Galaxy movie is going to have no clue what the heck that even is. And I mean, that's the point though, to get these IPs looked at by, you know, a newer and fresher audience, so that way they can get in the limelight. But still, I don't see these two IPs getting touched here. Now, I know a lot of people hate when this keeps getting brought up, but man, I'm sorry, but all I see here is a Smash movie in the making. I mean, seriously, you have a Zelda movie coming out, which is live action, so I'm not sure how they're going to tie that into an animated movie. Maybe there's just an animated different version of Link. That's not too hard to do. I mean, there's so many different Links in history, so it doesn't really matter. But still, a full Smash Brothers movie absolutely can happen now, thanks to all of these characters that they're slowly revealing. I mean, shoot, I even forgot about Captain Falcon from F-Zero. He's already in things like Mario Kart 8, technically, with 2 tracks with Mute City and Big Blue, so I could definitely see a futuristic city being shown and Captain Falcon being there in one of the scenes. A Super Smash Bros. Movie just feels inevitable now, and this is a movie where Sakurai can maybe even help on and introduce characters outside of Nintendo's properties. Okay, we are getting way too crazy here, but this could be a way that Nintendo's slowly starting to introduce something like this. I mean, we could even see something like Master Hand or Crazy Hand, maybe even Taboo from Subspace and Brawl, where he's just in the background charging up in one of the scenes or something. But yeah, they are absolutely cooking up something devious here. But at the end of the day, Fox McCloud is coming to the Mario Galaxy movie, which is also worrying a lot of people because there's so many characters, so many worlds, so many plot lines. It looks like they're trying to chuck into like, what, only an hour-and-a-half movie. How are they going to do it? The pacing is going to feel off the charts here. Well, that's for Nintendo to decide. I don't care. I love cameos. This is Mario. I don't need a dynamic, deep story for freaking Mario. I just need cameos and lots of cool scenes and colorful pictures on screen. I'm sorry, I'm like a kid when it comes to this stuff. But I am so excited. Let me know how excited you are for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Does Fox McCloud's edition make you want to watch it even more? Maybe even less for some reason? Or maybe you don't care. Either way, you're going to watch it because, yeah, it's freaking Mario Galaxy movie. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and I hope you all have a blessed day. See you guys.